Kazakhstan is a transcontinental country in Central Asia and Eastern Europe. It shares the world's second longest border with Russia and also borders China, Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan and the Caspian Sea. With a total area of 2.7 million square kilometers, Kazakhstan is the world's 9th largest country and 3rd largest country in Asia after Russia and China. Kazakhstan's largest cities are Almaty, with about 1.9 million inhabitants, followed by the capital city called Nur-Sultan, which was previously called Astana, with about 1.2 million people. Next comes Shymkent, Karaganda and Aktobe. In total, Kazakhstan is home to about 18.7 million people, which means that Kazakhstan is a country with one of the lowest population densities. The name Kazakh, by the way, comes from the ancient Turkic word Kaz, which means to wander, reflecting the Kazakhs' nomadic culture. The term Cossack is of the same origin, and the Persian suffix stan means land or place of, so Kazakhstan can be literally translated as the land of the wanderers. Kazakhstan is known for the fact that it is rich in natural resources, for its brand new capital city, for its huge land area and vastness, for its wild horses, fermented horse milk, which is the national drink in Kazakhstan, for hosting the world's first and largest space launch site, the Baikonur Cosmodrome, for having one of the world's most beautiful flags, and for being the largest landlocked country on Earth. But as we will find out later in this video, Kazakhstan has much more than that to offer. Both Kazakh and Russian are the official languages of Kazakhstan. 68% of the population is of Kazakh ethnicity, 19% are of Russian, 3.3% of Uzbek, and 1.5% of Uyghur ethnicity. A bit over 70% are Muslim, 26% are Christian, and 3.5% are other. The national flag of Kazakhstan shows a golden sun with 32 rays above a golden steppe eagle, which by the way is Kazakhstan's national animal, both centered on a sky blue background. The blue color is of religious significance to the Turkic peoples of the country. It also represents the endless sky as well as water, even though Kazakhstan is a relatively dry country. The sun stands for energy and wealth, while the eagle represents freedom, power and the flight for a better future. On the left hand side we can see a national ornamental pattern called Koshkar mutes in golden color. If you ask me, this is for sure one of the world's most beautiful flags. The steppe eagle is Kazakhstan's national animal, while the lily is its national flower. In Kazakhstan, people pay with the tenge. The economy of Kazakhstan is the largest and strongest performing one in Central Asia. It grew by about 8% annually until 2013, when it slowed down in 2014. But still, Kazakhstan is heavily dependent on oil prices, as 56% of all exports are crude petroleum. But also iron, coal, manganese and zinc play an important role in the economy of Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan is the leading country in the world for uranium production, with 35% of global production, and it has the world's second biggest uranium reserves after Australia. Kazakhstan's largest export goods are oil and oil products, natural gas, ferrous metals, chemicals and machinery. Kazakhstan's largest export partners are Italy, China and the Netherlands, whereas its largest import partners are Russia, China and Germany. Kazakhstan also heavily invests in tourism. Around 6.5 million tourists visit Kazakhstan annually. Most of the tourists come from Uzbekistan, followed by Russia, Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan. Later in this video, there will be an interview with Joe, who moved from the USA to Kazakhstan and runs his own YouTube channel about his life in Kazakhstan. Joe will talk about his journey and will provide useful information to anyone who is interested in moving to Kazakhstan. If you have an idea which country I should cover next, please let me know down in the comments. This video is part of a video series that covers informative facts and the migration procedure of many countries around the globe. I've created a dedicated video for countless countries worldwide. You can find the playlist linked in the video description below. But let's return to Kazakhstan. What are the main upsides of moving to Kazakhstan and what needs to be considered? As of the 2019 UN report, Kazakhstan ranks 16th among the countries with the largest foreign-born population. About 3.7 million people living in Kazakhstan were not born there, but moved to this country during their lifetime. Most of them are Russian and Uzbeks. But what are the upsides of moving to Kazakhstan? Let us begin with the nature. As already mentioned, Kazakhstan is a huge country, equivalent in size to all of Western Europe. Kazakhstan's territory extends west to east from the Caspian Sea to the Altai Mountains and north to south from the plains of Western Siberia to the deserts of Central Asia. The Kazakh steppe occupies 1/3 of the country and also is the world's largest dry steppe region. In Kazakhstan's very southeast, there even is a canyon called Charin Canyon. The steep canyon slopes and arches rise to heights of up to 300 meters. The highest point of Kazakhstan is Khan Tegri in the Tian Shan mountain range. It has a height of an eye-popping 7,010 meters above sea level and is located on the China-Kyrgyzstan-Kazakhstan tree point. There are 10 nature reserves and 10 national parks in Kazakhstan that make up a safe home for many rare and endangered plants and also animals such as the Saiga antelope. The Caspian tiger used to live in Kazakhstan, but sadly it became extinct in the year of 2001. Kazakhstan has an extreme continental climate, which means that summers are incredibly hot while winters are freezing cold. In fact, Nur-Sultan is the second coldest capital city in the world after Ulaanbaatar, which is the capital of Mongolia. In Almaty, Kazakhstan's largest city, daily mean temperatures range from -4.7 degrees Celsius in January up to 23 degrees Celsius in July. The record low temperature in Almaty was at -37 degrees and the record high at 41 degrees. But still, Almaty has a more temperate climate than the capital Nur-Sultan, so if you prefer an even more extreme continental climate, then Nur-Sultan would probably fit you better. The culture of Kazakhstan is very distinct, especially in literature, music, fine arts, architecture and cuisine. Beshbarmak is one of the most popular dishes in Kazakhstan, alongside tandir naan, tokash, pilaf and baursaks. Sorry for my mispronunciation, by the way. Traditional Kazakh cuisine is based on lamb and horse meat, as well as various milk products. Generally speaking, meat in various forms is the primary ingredient of Kazakh cuisine. Even though football is the most popular sport in Kazakhstan, basketball, ice hockey and bandy are also very popular. Kazakh boxers are very well known and successful. Especially in the large cities of Kazakhstan, there are many museums and monuments waiting for you to explore, especially the Monument of Peace and Harmony or Khan Shatter, the tallest tent worldwide. The Kazakh people are known for their friendliness and hospitality and the fact that they welcome people from all other countries worldwide. Let us continue with the low cost of living. If you live off $3,000 a month in Austin, Texas, you need about $1,090 for the same quality of life in Almaty. This means that living in Almaty is over 63% cheaper than living in Austin. So you see that the lower cost of living can also be interpreted as an upside. However, there are also some drawbacks when it comes to moving to Kazakhstan. First, you will need to make sure to have some knowledge in Russian or Kazakh, since only a small share of the population speaks English. Moreover, corruption, hazardous driving condition, and the fact that Kazakhstan is geographically isolated are some more drawbacks to consider. Recent protests have also been very violent. I assume that moving to Kazakhstan especially makes sense if you have family in Kazakhstan or if you already have built up a social network there. Let us continue with interviewing Joe. When did you move to Kazakhstan and which city did you move to?
My name is Joe, and as you may already know, I live in Kazakhstan. Well, officially I arrived here in January, the end of January 2020, and I've been here since. So I've been here for a little bit over a year and a half. I'm currently living in Almaty, which used to be the capital until it was moved to Astana, which is now known as Nur-Sultan.
What do you enjoy most about your life in Kazakhstan?
Well, it's not just one thing. It's many things. You know, there are so many different things I love about being here. I love about experiencing. You know, there are a lot of things that really enjoy. But just to name a few, I love how family-oriented people are here. You know, people always make time for each other. Families always make time for each other. And another thing that I really love is there's always something to do, especially about the city, you know, or about Almaty, to be more specific. There's always something to do. You can always go up to the mountains, you know, have a camping trip. You can always, you know, sit by a lake somewhere. There's always something to do here. And I love how much nature is around the city. So I guess that would be one of the things that I really enjoy is the atmosphere, the climate, you know, I guess the climate here. It's beautiful.
What do you miss most about the US?
Well, I guess if I was to say anything, I would say perhaps the simplicity of how things are done back home. You know, because here it's kind of difficult in the sense that, like, I guess you can never really do something in just one building. You have to go to different buildings to get things done. Like, they don't consolidate things here. You know, there's always the hassle of having to go to different places to get something done. So I would say that I love the simplicity that we have back home, just being able to do things in a more efficient way. That's about it. I guess my family.
Was it hard for you to learn Russian or Kazakh?
Well, I'm still struggling with it, to be honest. I'm struggling with both of them, in fact, because in Kazakhstan they have two national languages. One is Kazakh and the other is Russian. And so the one that is proving to be more difficult to learn would be the Russian, simply because of the vocabulary. There's so much of it. And there's so many rules to follow in speaking the language. So it's easier to be immersed in it, to learn it effectively and efficiently. So it's making things a little bit easier for me as far as getting the nuances and when the verb changes to different genders and all that. But yeah, the difficulty still exists, you know, with me learning the language and still trying to communicate. Of course, you know, day by day my vocabulary just extends a little bit and I'm able to say a little bit more. So, in other words, I guess you could say that my Russian is more survival Russian, if anything.
What advice would you give people who are interested in moving to Kazakhstan?
It is simple. It's the same advice that I would give anyone going anywhere, is to be mindful of the differences between your culture and the country in which you're visiting or living in. And also understand that people do things differently. There's no such thing as, you know, you having a superior way of doing something. And if you do have that mindset, keep it to yourself. Trust me, it's better that way. And also be very respectful of people's traditions here. You know, the foods, try your very best to follow the rules, you know, or table manners, you know. And most importantly, learn a little bit of Kazakh. People will actually love you for it. So learn a little bit of the language. It really does make people feel like you're giving, you know, or you're putting an effort into learning something about their culture or their beautiful country. Other than that, you know, just enjoy yourself, be kind, be mindful. Kazakh people are very welcoming people. They're very kind. They will treat you kindly in every situation. So reciprocate that, just copy and repeat, you know. So with all that said, thank you again for giving me the opportunity to be part of your segment. In the meantime, take care of yourself. Peace.
Thanks Joe for taking time to join this interview. Please make sure to check out his YouTube channel linked in the video description below for more informative videos about Joe's life in Kazakhstan. He really has some informative videos, so if you are interested in learning more about Kazakhstan, then go check out his channel. But what needs to be done in order to move to Kazakhstan? Citizens of many countries from North and South America, as well as Europe, are able to travel to Kazakhstan visa-free for up to 30 days. Most of the citizens of countries that were part of the Soviet Union are able to stay in Kazakhstan for up to 90 days. This means that traveling to Kazakhstan is quite easy, which allows you to get to know Kazakhstan better before deciding to move there. Kazakhstan offers many different kinds of visas, including an investor visa, business visa, visa for medical treatment, or visa for people with family ties in Kazakhstan. Since this highly depends on your personal circumstances and because of the fact that these regulations change frequently, please make sure to check out the link in the description below for more information regarding the different visa types that Kazakhstan has to offer.